Hey decoders, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. And we'll give a little bit. Can you guys give me a thumbs up in the chat if the sound is working? Just make sure. I know Geometry Effect News, Zach Hubbard, he's live right now too, talking about some similar stuff. So maybe some people will be over there today. I don't know. Good sound. Thank you. Thank you, Juan, as usual. Nice to see you. Gene Splice, thank you. Hope you guys are okay. Everyone who's in Florida, hope you guys are all taking care and staying safe and preparing. But yeah, in this video, we're going to go over all of the coincidences with quotation marks. I'm just documenting, guys. We're just documenting all of the scripted BS. Okay, that's what we're doing here. And by the end of this video, you should not be able, those of you who might be on this, maybe if you're new here to the channel or if you're on the fence, I think by the end of this video, you probably won't be on the fence about this perfectly scripted hurricane, Milton. And hello to Tracy and Coffee Girl and Maka and Sandra Lynn. Hello. Hello, KC, my brother. KC Golf Fishing. How you doing? Hello, Joseph. How you doing, brother? Taking care out there. Guys, make sure you go check out Joseph's streams tomorrow. He's going to be chasing down the hurricane. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to document all this stuff. So Joseph's out there chasing the hurricanes. He's got the exciting job, I guess. Yeah, ready for the storm. Yeah. The storm is coming. Now, did anyone really realize how much of a joke it is? This storm formed on the anniversary of Trump's calm before the storm statement. I mean, come on now. This storm, this once in a lifetime storm probably, formed on the very day that Trump's storm statement anniversary, okay? And give me just a second, guys. Let me close my street window. There's kids yelling. Hold on. But yeah, anyways, I was just saying, Trump's calm before the storm, October 5th, 2017, and now October 5th, 2024, you have this big storm that's going to hit is that true? Joseph says the Buccaneers are going to play the Saints next. And of course, the Saints got just destroyed by Katrina, right? So yeah, and there's probably a huge Katrina riddle here too. I haven't looked into that, but yeah, we're gonna go over all this stuff now. Well, let's start off with this, Joseph. I'm going to show you guys how the sports is perfectly scripted with this. Not just the football. How about the hockey? How about the hockey, guys? Big shout out to my buddy Kevin in the chat. He'll like this one. So okay, guys. Let me just start out with this one. This is coincidence number one. Let's count them as we go through the stream. We're going to count how many just obscene coincidences there are. And again, I'm putting coincidence in quotations. Okay, but so think about this. We just had Hurricane Helene hit North Carolina. The North Carolina hockey team is literally called the Hurricanes. Okay, North Carolina hit by Helene. The hockey team in North Carolina is the Hurricanes. And now the next hurricane that's coming through is going to be hitting Tampa. The team that plays in Tampa for hockey is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Guys, look at this. The Tampa Bay Lightning needed to leave Tampa and go to North Carolina for their first game of the whole season against the Hurricanes. Okay. Mic drop. Like, come on. Think about that. Think about that the team, the place that just got hit by a hurricane, and the place that's getting ready to get hit by the hurricane are now playing in the first game of the season. And in fact, one of the team's names is literally the Hurricanes. So look right here, guys. Lightning versus Hurricanes. Their first game is on, I guess, on Friday. I mean, wow. I mean, look at this. I hope you guys give me a thumbs up if you guys, or an exploding emoji, a mind blown emoji. Come on. Like, you don't even need numbers, right? I don't even need numbers for this. I want people out there in the world to ask, like, what is the chance of that? All right. We literally just had a hurricane in Carolina, and now we're going to have a hurricane in Tampa, and now those teams are playing the first game. This isn't just like part of the season. This is the first game of the season. Like, this is their very first game of the season, and it's these two teams. So you can't tell me that this schedule wasn't perfectly scheduled for this, okay? So look, it says right here, with Hurricane Milton aimed at Florida, NHL's Tampa Bay Lightning head to Triangle to play the Hurricanes. Like, come on. Look, this is from 3 days ago. The Hurricanes played the Lightning. And of course, lightning is another connection to a storm as well. So again, ask yourselves, wow. Look at this. Yeah, just look at this. Right before the hurricane in Carolina, the Lightning and Hurricanes played in the preseason, which is not the real season, but it's the preseason. And now they're starting the season off right after the hurricane in Florida. Wow, I just can't believe it, guys. Can't believe it. So let's get into the presentation. Okay, that's coincidence number one. Coincidence number one, let's keep account here. The Lightning are going to play the Hurricanes as they try to escape their hurricane, right? Okay, so that's number one. Let's go for number two. And thank you guys so much. Please hit the like buttons. If that first one wasn't even worth a like, I don't know what is, but I mean, that blew my mind, right? So here's number two. First of all, we got to set the stage. Okay, we got to set the stage for The Rock. Okay, I already did some videos on The Rock. Okay. The reason that The Rock is so synced with hurricanes this year, and Gematria Effect News has been talking about this, and other decoders as well. I'm sure Joseph has mentioned this. But The Rock turned 52 years old this year on May 2nd, which is 5/2. So The Rock was born on 5/2, and he turned 52 years old on 5/2/24. And remember, The Rock played for the Hurricanes of Miami, Florida, right? And look, hurricane equals 52. So this is a perfect year for The Rock to be synced up with hurricanes, right? He was a hurricane in college, and now he's synced up with his age being 52, like hurricane equals 52, okay? And he's born on 5/2, okay? Now, I told you on the day that the hurricane formed, on the very day, October 5th, The Rock made his long-awaited return to the WWE on the same day that the Hurricane Milton formed, right? And again, his new nickname is Final Boss, right? And Final Boss equals hurricane in 3 out of 4 ciphers, okay? So there you go. What a chance. The Rock returns on the exact same day the hurricane forms. His nickname equals Hurricane, okay? Now, I told you in one of my last videos, not only did he return on the day that the Hurricane Milton formed, he had an inspiration from his childhood named Milton. The Rock and his inspiration, Milton. And Milton, this kid, or this guy, he's not a kid, he's from Tampa, okay? So A hurricane named Milton forms the day The Rock returns to the WWE. His name, final boss, equals hurricane, and he was inspired by a guy from Tampa named Milton. Okay. And look at this Facebook of Milton McBride Rosen, who The Rock was inspired by, he has Down syndrome, right? Look at the post, the last date. Do you guys see what date that is? October 7th, 2015 was the last post on Milton McBride Rosen's Facebook. Okay. And again, this is Milton, the guy that inspired The Rock, the hurricane. And October 7th is the day that the Milton, the hurricane, became a Category 5 hurricane yesterday. So that means yesterday was the anniversary of the post of the last post of Milton McBride Rosen. Okay. Wow. Another coincidence. Just another coincidence, right? His last post is on October 7th, and then the Category 5 hurricane Milton becomes Category 5 on October 7th. Okay. And this brings it all together. So The Rock was completely synced with Hurricane Helene, just like he's synced up with Hurricane Milton. So from The Rock's birthday on 5/2 this year to Hurricane Helene's formation date was 146 days. That's an important number, because from The Rock to the Hurricane Helene forming, 146, Hurricane 146, The Rock's nickname 146, Hurricane Helene 146, and The Rock's Rock, which is the name of the documentary. The Rock's Rock is the name of the documentary about Rock and Milton. Okay. And the gematria of The Rock's Rock is 146, like Hurricane Helene. So do you see how perfectly both these hurricanes are synced up with The Rock? Right? 146 days after his birthday, Helene forms, and the documentary with him and Milton is titled The Rock's Rock, which equals 146, like Hurricane Helene, like hurricane. Okay. So yeah, my girlfriend's in the chat. Love you. Make sure you guys give a heart to my girlfriend, Maria's Food World. Go check out her cooking channel. Oh yeah, KJ Malone says tomorrow's 146 days after Florida's birthday, guys. So, okay, I just said all these 146 numbers, and Florida, what KJ Malone just said, let's just look that up while we're at it. Florida's birthday, hold on. March 3rd, 18th. Okay, so March 3rd is Florida's birthday, right? And so from, let's see. Wait, hold on. Maybe it's what date do you have for that, KJ Malone? What, is it 3/3? Okay, yeah, it's 146 days before. It's 146 days before Florida's next birthday. Okay, so the hurricane is going to be hitting 146 days before, and of course, I just showed you all the 146s, right? The Hurricane Helene formed 146 days after The Rock's birthday, and hurricane equals 146. Okay, so this 146 number is huge. Okay, so not a coincidence that it's forming 146 days before Florida's next birthday. And this leads me into the next part of this is not only is The Rock synced with Milton, The Rock is synced in the WWE because he had a feud or a fight with the Hurricane. All right, so this is where it gets good, guys. Again, I told you that The Rock played for the Miami Hurricanes in college, right? Well, when he was in the WWE, he had a very famous segment where he and the Hurricane, this guy right here, his name is the Hurricane or Hurricane Helms, okay? WWE wrestler. He's like a superhero. They had a fight, but there's a very famous segment of them, okay? And in this segment, it shows them talking about the Scorpion King. Because The Rock had just got done playing the Scorpion King, and he's facing the Hurricane. All right? Well, there's a band called the Scorpions who's had a song called Rock You Like a Hurricane, okay? So there you go. The Rock versus the Hurricane, and they're talking about the Scorpion King. And the Scorpions did the song Rock You Like a Hurricane. Now, this segment, it took place on see how many years ago this was, guys? March 10th, 2003 is when The Rock and the Hurricane had a face-off, right? And so look at this. From the day that these two had their face-off, The Rock and the Hurricane, to Hurricane Milton hitting Florida is going to be exactly 259 months. Okay? Exactly, no extra days. And that's important because the gematria of the first hurricane that just hit, Hurricane Helene, equals 259. And from this segment to this next hurricane is 259 months exactly. And remember, Hurricane Helene equals 83 and 259. And from this segment, it's going to be 259 months to the 83rd day of the year when Milton, which equals 83. Okay, you see how Hurricane Helene equals 83 and Milton equals 83? And the Hurricane Milton is going to be hitting on the 83 days left in the year. Okay. So do you see how perfect? Exactly 259 months from this to this. Okay. And that's Hurricane Helene, right? And this guy's name is Hurricane Helms. Get it, guys? Hurricane Helms, as in Hurricane Helene. Basically, you have to say the same letters in his name, okay, as you do Helene, Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Helms, okay? He was known by two names, the Hurricane or Hurricane Helms, right? So perfect, right? Now let's look into this guy, Hurricane Helms. Now here's coincidence number 4, right? I've already shown you three undeniable coincidences, right? But here's the undeniable coincidence number 4. Look at this. Hurricane Helms, his last appearance as a wrestler in the WWE was at the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, Florida. Again, a mic drop. Out of all the cities that this guy last appeared in as the Hurricane, as Hurricane Helms, you can see it right here. He entered 23rd in the Royal Rumble as Hurricane Helms on January 31st, 2021 at the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, Florida. Guys, that's where the hurricane's hitting, essentially. Tampa and St. Petersburg. It was in Tropicana Field. Joseph says Tropicana Field is full with beds for the storm victims. See, exactly. The last time this guy appeared was in Tropicana Field, and his name is Hurricane Helms, and it was in the Thunderdome at the Tropicana Field. And now they're setting up beds in Tropicana Field because of the hurricane. And remember, I told you the Hurricane Helms was facing The Rock, and I've already showed you how The Rock's all tied to this whole thing with Milton, okay? But here's the kicker, guys. Wait till you see this. Hurricane Helms. So Hurricane Milton formed became a Category 1 hurricane for the first time on October 6th. Okay? So let's go from the day that Hurricane Helms last appeared in Tampa Bay area to the day of the formation of Hurricane Milton. Let's see how many days it is. From his last appearance in Tampa area to the formation of the first day of Hurricane Milton was exactly 1344 days. The gematria of Hurricane Helms is 1344. Oh my. Like, this one really got me. Like, the guy's name equals 1344. His last appearance in Tampa as the hurricane was 1344 days before Hurricane Milton became a hurricane? Like, no. It's absurd. Yeah, exactly. Like, wow. Just insane, man. This is my favorite slide in the whole decode, because like this is like the number is perfect. Like, wow. Out of all the numbers, like, you know how many numbers are in the first 1,344 numbers? There could have been any other number, and it just happens to have that one. So, yeah, I couldn't believe it. So again, that's from his last appearance when he was in Tampa. As you can see, this is the name they give him. And if you guys know wrestling, you would understand how even more important this is, because his name is not normally Hurricane Helms. His name was always the Hurricane. They changed his name to this for a reason, guys. That's what makes it undeniable. Normally, his name is the Hurricane. But for this match, 1344 days before the hurricane formed, they changed it to Hurricane Helms. You see? This is what they have him listed as. They changed it to this name for a reason, because it was 1344 days. You see? And that's the gematria of Hurricane Helms. You know, and 1344 is, the gematria of Hurricane Helms. If they would have kept it with the hurricane as his name, it wouldn't have lined up like that, So that's all I'm saying. Okay, guys, now this is coincidence number 5, okay? Again, coincidence in quotation marks. Please hit those like buttons, guys. I mean, I'm showing you, I don't understand, sometimes I don't understand how this stuff doesn't, wake. I don't know. I get a bit annoyed sometimes, but I'm okay. I'm just saying, I've showed you at least 4 or 5 things that are just absolutely undeniable. And then when you put them all together, how can you even dispute it? If I just gave you one of those coincidences and you could say, okay, maybe that's a coincidence. But now I've given you 5 undeniable coincidences. And this one's the biggest of them all. So if you guys didn't watch my video earlier that I posted called Phoenix Project 2.0, you need to go watch that video. This is a simulation that was done in Tampa. I believe it was in 2010, or I don't know exactly when it was. Zach Hubbard said it was in 2010. I thought it was in 2020. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because either way, they predicted that there would be a hurricane hitting Tampa. Okay? You guys got to go watch the video, okay? I can't play the video here, okay? But because it's just too much, copyright issue and all this stuff. But you guys got to go watch my last video, Project Phoenix 2.0, all right? But the mind-blowing part is they named the simulation Project Phoenix 2.0, and it equals Hurricane Milton. And the hurricane is supposed to hit the exact same location that they simulated it to hit, Tampa area. And this, the first date that they give you in the video, this is the simulation video right here, a screenshot from the video. And the first date they give you is October 10th. Well, that's pretty much the exact day that Hurricane Milton is going to hit. Okay? It's going to be hitting on October 9th, going into the early mornings of October 10th, Hurricane Milton. And this is a screenshot from the simulation. So they gave you the exact same day. They literally told you. They told you the date. They told you by the gematria, they told you it was going to be Hurricane Milton, which equals Project Phoenix 2.0. They told you it was going to be in Tampa because it was a simulation in Tampa. Then they told you it was going to happen around October 10th. It probably will hit on October 10th. It will be closing in on them on October 9th, but it might hit on October 10th. It doesn't really, it'll be hours. Where I'm at, it will already be October 10th. In Europe, when the hurricane hits, where I'm at, it'll be October 10th. And if you guys have been watching Archaics, the YouTube channel Archaics, he talks about the Phoenix event, and he talks about us living in a simulation. And so this Archaics needs to see this. Like, this is proof of, again, I tried to make a video last month to the Archaics people, and I got like 10 dislikes on that video. What is up with that? I tried my best to show you guys how they seriously have programmed the Phoenix event into their predictive programming, and I got 10 dislikes on it. Like, I don't know if it was from the Archaics people or what, but again, Archaics people, you guys need to be open-minded to this gematria, because it's not just Archaics' way of doing it. Gematria and what we do here can also show perfect syncs, like just like this. You know, it's just insane. You know, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was Archaics never did anything bad. I don't know why I got 10 dislikes on that video. The video is called the Phoenix event, and I got the most dislikes on a video I ever got, you know, and I don't know why. I thought it was a good video. So I don't know. I just saw that yesterday. I got 10 dislikes. I was like, what? Like, I thought it was pretty compelling, to be honest, but maybe they didn't like it. I get it. Some people, they don't like it. All right. So let's move on to the next coincidence. So again, I told you this is all about Skull and Bones. Okay. This is all about Yale. The Tampa Bay football team has the Skull and Crossbones logo. Okay. And Skull and Bones is the Brotherhood of Death, Yale University, the Brotherhood of Death. And Hurricane Milton is projected to hit Tampa Bay on the 323rd birthday of Yale. Okay. So there you go. That's another crazy coincidence. What's the chances that this hurricane is hitting the Skull and Bones logo city on the literal birthday of Yale University? Okay. And from the release of this video, the simulation video, Project Phoenix 2.0, July 23rd, 2020, to Hurricane Milton hitting, it's going to be exactly 220 weeks. And that's the gematria of the Brotherhood of Death equals 220. Okay. And that leads us into the next thing, because this connects all the way back to John Milton. There's like 3 different John Miltons we have to talk about here. Okay. The first one is John Milton, who was the governor of Florida. Now look at this. Hurricane Milton became a Category 5 on the 163rd anniversary of John Milton becoming the 5th governor of Florida on 10/7/1861. So I hope you guys are getting that. Literally, here's his day. He became the 5th governor, October 7th, 1861. And on the anniversary of him becoming the 5th governor, Hurricane Milton becomes a Category 5. Now look at this. Hurricane Milton is expected to hit Florida 192 days after John Milton's death anniversary. And currently, Yale University, Skull and Bones is 192 years old right now. Okay. And the gematria of John Milton, again, this is John Milton, 192 days after his death anniversary, is the hurricane supposed to be hitting. If you use Skull and Bones with the ampersand, Skull and Bones equals 130, 140, and 192, like John Milton. John Milton was the 5th governor of Florida. Okay. So it's hitting 192 days after his death day. and his name equals 192. Yale University is 192 years old. Okay. And supposedly, the governor of Florida, John Milton, is a descendant of John Milton, who wrote the book Paradise Lost. And a lot of you guys have been asking me to look into this. Now, this isn't an extensive decode of Paradise Lost, but this is an introductory part to this. So John Milton, he writes Paradise Lost. He's connected to the Florida governor, John Milton, right? And again, John Milton equals skull and bones, right? In 3 ciphers. He wrote Paradise Lost, which is about death. Okay? Satan. Right? So Paradise Lost is about Satan. Now, in Florida, there's a city called Milton, Florida, and they call it Helltown. Let me show you this. Milton, Florida. Nickname. Look at that. Milton was known by various names during its development, most notably Helltown. Okay, so here it gets even crazier because John Milton, who wrote Paradise Lost, was all about the devil, right? Hell. And we just had Hurricane Helene hit Carolina and Florida. And the devil is connected to hell. And the book that John Milton wrote is about the devil falling, right? Paradise Lost. And the city in Florida, named after John Milton, the governor, is nicknamed Helltown. Okay, so Helltown is Milton, Florida. And look at what Helltown equals. The date of the hurricane hitting, guys. And the date it became a Category 4. Helltown, which is Milton, Florida. Helltown, 109, the date of Hurricane Milton hitting, and the date it became a Category 5, both. And look, that's also the gematria of military. And we know this is military weapons, right? So 107, 109. Look at that. And he was this town, Milton, Florida, was named after a general or a governor. So Milton, Florida, was named after a Civil War governor, John Milton. Military. Okay. I mean, that's coincidence number 6, guys. There should be no doubt. Please hit the like buttons, guys. Let's get to 100 likes, because this is one of my best decodes ever, guys. Come on. There's no way what I've showed you in this video, if you went back and you watched everything I've told you, this is insanity, you know? Milton, Florida is named Helltown. Now let's get back to John Milton, the poet or the writer of Paradise Lost, okay? Paradise Lost, written by John Milton, right? So look at this. Then we're led to Devil's Advocate. And no, I haven't read this yet. But remember, John Milton wrote Paradise Lost about the devil falling. Milton, Florida is called Helltown. Okay? You got to go down into hell. And the movie called Devil's Advocate, the main character played by Al Pacino is John Milton again. So you have John Milton, the Florida governor. You have John Milton, the writer of Paradise Lost. And you have John Milton, the main devil character in Devil's Advocate. Now, this brings it all together, okay? Because, again, John Milton, Paradise Lost, John Milton, Al Pacino, Satan. And look at this. This all is connected to the 83, guys. This is the biggest number connected to this whole ritual is the number 83 and the number 23. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but 83 is so big. Okay, why? I told you this is all about Skull and Bones and Yale University because the hurricane's going to hit on Yale University birthday. So look, Yale University equals 83. The hurricane's hitting on the day leaving 83 days in the year, which is the birthday of Yale University. They're called the Brotherhood of Death, which equals 83, like Devil's Advocate equals 83. And in that movie, John Milton is Satan. And in the garden, in Paradise Lost, it's all about the forbidden fruit, which is 83 in the same cipher as Yale University, Brotherhood of Death, Devil's Advocate. And in reverse gematria, the word devil alone equals 83. And in forward gematria, Milton. You see how it all comes together, guys? The hurricane hitting on the day and leaving 83 days in the year. And it all comes together with the Milton and the Paradise Lost and the devil. And we just had Hurricane Helene, another hell devil reference. Okay. So that's my last slide, but there's more I'm going to talk about, but this is like, you know, there's definitely saying something. And let's not forget, this is all connected to Trump. Okay? Trump, this movie, Devil's Advocate, was shot in Trump's apartment. So let that sink in for a second. Trump, on the day of his calm before the storm statement anniversary, on that day of the anniversary of that, Milton forms on that very day. Okay? That's the day that The Rock returns, right? And Trump is the storm, right? And now the election is actually a month away from now. And this movie comes into light because of Milton. And this movie was filmed in Trump's apartment, partially. Okay. Now, let me show you what Trump was doing yesterday. Donald Trump at Jewish prayer. I think he was. Yep, here it is. Hold on. Look at what Donald Trump was doing yesterday. Trump was literally praying with the Jews. Like right here. This was yesterday, October 7th. The day that Hurricane Milton became a hurricane. This is what Trump was doing. What a coincidence, guys. He's literally, I don't know what this shrine is. I need to look into this, what this is. But look at this orange juice here, guys. Do you see that? Let me see if I can make this bigger. Let me make it bigger. Hold on. What is that right there? That's an orange juice. Did I not just do a video a few weeks back about how Trump is connected to the orange man in Florida, which is the orange state? And look at how there's a lighter next to the orange juice. And now Trump, the day that Florida is getting, getting ready to get hit with a hurricane, Trump is standing and praying with the Jews in front of an orange juice. Do you remember the orange juice? Might be a candle, yeah, maybe, but it looks like orange juice. That might be a candle though. But it looks like orange juice. I'm sorry. I think that is a candle. Maybe I got a bit excited, but still it's an orange candle, right? So, but it reminds me of the orange juice that was in the cover of that music album that if you guys didn't watch my video, you guys remember Breakfast in America by Supertramp? You remember how I showed you how Trump was connected to this, being the orange man? Let me see if I can get it to pull up here. I don't know if it's going to. My computer's overloading. All right, so here's the cover of Supertramp, and just go look up the song by the Israel Boys Choir called Super Trump, because there's literally an Israel Boys Choir that has a song called Super Trump. But anyway, this is an orange juice, right? Breakfast in America. It had the Twin Towers falling. You know, go back and watch my video on that. But anyways, I just thought it was crazy that it looks like there's an orange juice in front of Trump. But you know what? I think you guys are right. I think it's a candle. But either way, it looks like an orange juice, and it's a candle. They're about ready to set the world on fire. So, as a matter of fact, let me type in world on fire. Okay, so notice the gematria for world on fire, okay? 139. And Hurricane Milton, or no, is it? I can't remember what it was now. Shoot. 139. Well, anyway, 139 is Freemasonry, right? You see how world on fire equals Freemasonry? 139, 158, 59. You see? And, you know, Trump has the lighter with the candle lighting something on fire. This is the same day that the hurricane's breaking, right? But hold on, let me see if I can figure out what I was going to make. I kind of had a slip in my mind. Yeah, I totally. So yeah, there's something I wanted to say here, but I think I'm going to leave that. We'll leave that one alone for now. But either way, make sure you guys go back, like the video. I've covered so many crazy coincidences here, again in quotation marks. Oh, and by the way, guys, did I tell you that this Hurricane Helms, he's from freaking North Carolina. So he was synced up with Hurricane Milton, and he's from North Carolina, where Hurricane Helene just hit. You see? His birthday is July 12th. So let's see how many days after his birthday. Okay, July 12th. That was one day before the Trump thing. So notice that it was 276 days before his next birthday. The hurricane's going to hit. That's the 23rd triangular number. So this is a huge number, guys. 23, okay? You guys remember the movie, the number 23? Remember, the United States, or the 9/11 just turned 23 years old right now, or on 9/11, okay? And this hurricane is going to hit 276 days before Hurricane Helm's birthday. And that's the 23rd triangular number. Well, this is going to be on the 83rd day of the year, and 83 is the 23rd prime. Okay? And remember, I told you that this was all synced up with the number 83, okay? So, and 83 is the 23rd prime number, okay? So I might do a whole video connected to this hurricane and the number 23. And guys, don't forget, Skull and Bones is about ready to turn, or Yale University is about ready to turn 323 years old, okay? Let me just go back to my slides here. Skull and Bones is 322 right now. Like, their number is 322, but they're going to turn 323, right? On October 9th, the day of the hurricane. All right, so what's with the 323? Again, that's the number 23, but it's in the movie 23, Jim Carrey, he's talking about how you can reverse the number 23 into 32. So the number 323 is the number 32 and the number 23. Now, in gematria, in satanic gematria, Lucifer, or sorry, not in satanic, in Latin gematria, Lucifer, 323. So that's the skull and bones. They're about ready to turn 323 on the hurricane. Okay. So a big connection with that. Now let's talk about Katy Perry for a minute because I forgot all about this. So here's coincidence number. I lost count now. But this is not a coincidence either, guys. Look at how they literally mocking us. So big shout out to Hixie15 again. Thank you for this. When was the AFL Grand Final? So the AFL Grand Final was on September 28th. Okay, guys, and this was in Australia. That means that September 28th, when this was going on, look at the national anthem was sang by Cody Simpson. Cody. Again, my name coming up. Cody Simpson, like the Simpsons, guys. That's interesting. Who is Cody Simpson? I don't know who that is, but I need to look into him. Anyways, this grand finale in Australia was on September 28th in Australia. That means it was on September 26th, 27th in the United States. Well, Hurricane Helene was hitting right when Katy Perry was singing on top of a hurricane symbol. Hurricane Helene was destroying North Carolina at the very moment that Katy Perry was on top of a hurricane symbol. And she was singing the lyrics, "Are you ready for a perfect storm?" If you guys want to go watch the video of this, she's literally on top of this and she's singing the song called Dark Horse. All right. And the lyrics she's singing are you ready for a perfect storm? Right here it is. At the very moment that these people were losing their lives. I joke you not. People were literally losing their lives in a hurricane as Katy Perry was on top of a hurricane singing, "Are you ready for a perfect storm?" How wicked. And a lot of the people in this hurricane Helene were saying it was a perfect storm because they had flooding before the hurricane hit. So it was like perfect storm. It was like the perfect scenario to cause mass devastation. And guess who won this game, guys? Guess who won the game between these two teams? It was the Brisbane Lions. Remember the verse in the scripture? Satan walks around looking whom he, like a ravaging lion, looking for whom he may devour. Brisbane. This just makes it even more obvious. I mean, you don't even need gematria, but just look. Brisbane, Hurricane, Helene, and Hurricane. All right. Again, Katy Perry on top of a hurricane symbol as the people in North Carolina were getting devastated by Helene, and the team that won that game was Brisbane, which equals hurricane, which equals Hurricane Helene. Like, literally, that was the hurricane that was hitting when Brisbane Lions were winning. The Brisbane Lions. And look at this guy, Cody Simpson, was singing. I don't know who that is, but I need to look into him. Here they are, right here, the Lions. And again, I brought up the scripture, but scripture, I don't know what scripture that is. as Satan the lion. I need to. Oh, it's Peter. It's Peter. Like Jupiter, like Tampa Bay is in St. Petersburg. Cody Simpson has an album called Paradise. Oh my gosh. Great. But look at this. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil. Remember, I told you this was all connected to the devil and Paradise Lost. Walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And again, this was a huge energy rich. These people were giving their energy to this 69 hurricane symbol right here at the very time that these people were being devoured by this hurricane. Like it's really insane, man. It's really insane. If you really think about it, I don't know anymore what to say. It's just craziness. Yeah, the Detroit Lions, hugely symbolic. The Detroit Lions, they're having a good season. So that's what I mean, guys. All connected. And guys, the Detroit Lions and the Detroit Tigers are doing well right now. But look at what Detroit Lions equals. Or sorry, Detroit Tigers. 83. 83 like Devil's Advocate, like Hurricane, or like Milton, like Hurricane Helene, all equal 83. So again, you have this 83. And don't forget, Detroit equals Phoenix. So we had this Phoenix connection. And Detroit is a perfect match to, or a close match to Phoenix. Okay. So all right, I'm gonna go to the chat. I think I've talked enough here. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. Leave your best comments in the chat now, guys. My eyeballs are on the chat. Let me go to this comment. Cody Simpson has an album called Paradise. He won the first season of The Masked Singer in Australia. Ah, I see. Let's look at Cody Simpson real fast. Cody Simpson. He's a singer, an actor, and a swimmer. Oh, isn't that fun? Guys, you see how the guy's a swimmer, and at the same time he was singing the national anthem with the hurricane symbol Katy Perry was singing on. The people were needing to swim in floodwater. He's not only a singer, he's a swimmer. Look, he's from the Gold Coast. Okay, so now there's a whole gold riddle here. There's a whole golden ratio. Remember, the hurricane looks like a golden ratio. And he has an album called Paradise. Yeah, I need to look into this. So he has an album called Paradise. He's a swimmer. Like you need to swim when it floods. He's from the Gold Coast, which is a hurricane, looks like the golden ratio. A spiral. Let's see what Cody Simpson equals on. Oh my gosh. Cody Simpson equals 152. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna look more into this, but definitely a good find there. So I got my eyes on the chat again. Make sure you guys drop in the good comments. Thank you, Decoding with Jordan. Much love. Hope you're doing well. Sandy D says Mickey Mouse or Milton Mouse. Okay, yeah, I had somebody say this. I don't know a lot about this, but who is Milton Mouse? Milton Mouse. An animated character created by Fable Studio, Paul Terry's cartoon. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this, to be honest, but Once Terry left the studio, Van Buren renamed Van Buren Productions. The boss allowed Foster to change the characters Milton and Rita to make them look more like increasingly popular Mickey. So they were kind of like a different Mickey Mouse. Milton Mouse. Good one. It doesn't give me any dates here, though. Let's see what the guy's birthday is. Oh, October 25th. His birthday's coming up. The guy who created... Oh, he died on October 25th. Yeah. I'll look more into that one, too. But I don't know right now what to say about that. Okay, I'm still looking to see if there's any comments here. Okay, yeah, somebody's been talking about Milton Berle. Okay, so remember one of the first hurricanes of the season was named Beryl. And there's this comedian named Milton Berle. And remember, again, the hurricane that hit Texas was Beryl. Okay, remember Kamala Harris's grandmother was named Beryl, and look at this guy's birthday is July 12th, the same as the hurricane. Oh wow! So this guy, guys, Hurricane Helms. This guy I already talked about. If you guys missed it, go back and watch. His birthday is July 12th. The same birthday as Milton Berle. Huh. Crazy. So I need to look more into this guy as well. In fact, guys, I'm going to be putting out more decodes with this, with Paradise Lost, with the Devil's Advocate. I still need to watch that movie. And then maybe more about Milton Berle. There's also Milton Friedman, which is probably the money connection to this. Remember, there was an Economist magazine cover with the Phoenix on it. And this guy was an economist named Milton. And remember, they did a simulation, which I showed you in the beginning of this decode, that was called the Phoenix Project, right? But yeah, I'm sure there's a connection with that guy as well. All right. Yeah, KJ Malone says the Super Bowl was in Paradise, Nevada, where O.J. Simpson died. Yep. The etymology of mill is middle, like 595. The chapter is the 595th chapter of the Bible is the very middle. Tampa Bay, 59. Wow. Again, thank you to Sean, Widow's son. Guys, make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel. That's good. That's really good. When I hear the word mill, though, I also think of like a millstone or a millionaire, million. But I don't want to make this video too long. I'm a bit tired, but we're about 2 minutes away from an hour, so I think I'm going to start wrapping it up. And guys, make sure you guys go check out Joseph Aquaviva 222. He's going to be storm chasing on his channel. So make sure you guys go over there and just be safe out there, brother. Send in prayers and be safe. But yeah, if there's nothing else, I think I'm going to go ahead and here's Joseph's link. He just posted it in the comments for you guys. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Kimberly. Honeybee, hello. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it on that. I'm gonna make this stream about an hour long so that people can watch it through and not be too long. So anyway, guys, we had about 6 or 7 or 8 improbable coincidences. So if there's a video you guys should share, it's this one. I mean, if people don't believe one of them, they might believe any one of those coincidences. Again, maybe I need to quit trying to convince people so much, but I'm just trying to get to the people that are meant to see this info. And thank you guys so much for hitting the like buttons and sharing. And guys, make sure you hit the like buttons before you leave. Thank you, Star Vega. Thank you, Beth. And with that being said, we're going to hang it up, and I will see you guys probably very soon for another video. So much love and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.